going on, folks? Quick video on some topics on THC and CBD percentages when they were first talked about in catalogs and with seed companies, and some quick shit on NL5 and Afghan lines. First thing is real quick. You see on the bottom there, this is a Dutch Passion catalog printed off from 2000. And this information goes back to the late 90s. And that's when they first talked about THC-CBDs and stem and bud percentages, which is basically leaf to calyx, sort of. And then the R&D laboratories that did the THC percentages and all the information about it. So the whole THC-CBD thing's actually been around for a while. Now the other part I want to show you has got to do with, one, here's the Cultivator's Choice magazine or pamphlet that they sent out, and there's the Mazari Afghani that we more or less will say represents our Maz, or the Mishku the best, is right here. But beyond this, what I want to talk about is how cannabis indica NLs were brought in, which is just kind of interesting to me, and maybe you guys will see the relation that I'm going to try to talk about real quick, if I can find it. But I should be pretty. There's the Northern Lights Haze Hybrid. Northern Lights number 1 is a tree breeding Afghan with extreme indica characteristics. Alright, and that is in the seed bank catalog for, it says 88. So we need to go back further than that. That's not what I'm looking for. But at least that talks about the first little thing on it. Alright, let's go back to 87. Right here. Let's see, is that it? Alright, Cannabis Indica, Northern Lights. Now this is where they bring in Northern Lights as Cannabis Indica, or at least that's what they're trying to compare it to, saying it's the best indica they have. Northern Lights number 1, it goes back over there, and then it talks about Northern Lights number 5. And in the comments for Northern Lights number 5, number 2, it talks, Northern Lights number 2 is an excellent Hindu Kush type indica. So, right now we got Northern Lights number 1, which is being claimed as a true breeding Afghan. We got Northern Lights number 2, which is claiming to be Hindu Kush type. So NL number 5 is the perfect combination of both. And here's one more documentation about the NL2 being Hindu related. Right here, this is the Big Bud article for the 87 Seed Bank catalog where they talk about Big Bud seeds. Right underneath it, other Big Bud hybrids will be available soon, including F1 with both Skunk number 1 and Northern Lights number 2, parentheses, Hindu Kush. Basically saying, again, Hindu Kush was Northern Lights number 2. So, anyway, that's the quick up and down of that bullshit. We'll talk about more of that stuff later. But NL number 1 was basically the rip of Afghan number 1 when Affi number 1 was isolated and worked. NL number 2 was the first hybrid with Hindu Kush. NL number 5 is the perfect of both worlds. They got the squat little bush form of the Hindu, and they got the production of the Afghan, and it was the best of both worlds. Afghan smoke's a little harsh. That's why they probably went for the Kush, because it's got